What's up, everybody? Drew1 here, and today we are going to be reacting to Left 4 Dead 2 Infected Profiles Extras Uncommon Infected by wowsuchgamings. Go check him out, subscribe to him, notifications on for him, and let's get started.
Hi guys, back at it again with the profiles and the dead memes.
Do it. Find a dead person in the suicide forest?
That's right, I felt like dishing out one more dose of profiles on infected personnel before transitioning into my new series, not exactly saying what it is yet, but I do say on my weekly Left 4 Dead 2 streams every Friday night, so make sure to tune in. So the last few months I've been covering special infected that did and didn't make it into the final cut of the universe of Left 4 Dead, but the special infected aren't the only special creeps out there. So uncommon infected find themselves standing out from the rest and actually having some perks that make them stronger, more viable, and have more utility than your run-of-the-mill common infected. Before I say what this video is all about, special shout out to my Patreon and YouTube super chat donators: Lovable Tester, Mario Gaming, NATO6141, Zeno Salvador, Michael Anthony, Scout with a Name, Twilight Duck, Seductive Spy, The Glow Stick Guy, Eddie Bingo, Liz, Deja, Nick B, Benny Boy, Florian B Bell, Ninja Brian X, That Dude, That Emo Guy, Nico War, Doki Doki Trap is Good, Typo Queen, Kush in My Swisher, Pacific Letter, Lego Mayego, and Josh McGugan. Thank you for your donations. This week we are covering the dirty, authoritative, hard-working, survivalist, always bring protection, clowning around zombie wannabes themselves. This week we end the profiles on all infected. This week it's Infected Profile Extras, the Uncommon Infected. Within each campaign resides a certain infected that correlates with the environment in which it resides. Due to the environment or the infected person's pre-existing work attire equates to their specific uncommon infected persona and their preceding abilities. What exactly makes us refer to them as uncommon infected? Well, first we have to look at the base standard of the green flu epidemic. The common infected have paled skin, whited out eyes, and animalistic.
Okay guys, I forgot to say, there's a definite, like, mature. This is not for kids. This is a video. This is gore, as you would see when Ellis, one character, shot a zombie in the face. So, mature warning. Kids, avert your eyes, children. Avert your poor virgin eyes.
And rapid behavior and the ability to climb and break through mostly any surface, but not open a door. Commons will also flock to loud noises, boomer vomit, and boomer bile grenades, and run towards pipe bombs. Commons can easily be dispersed, but in numbers can overwhelm a survivor. Uncommon infected are similar to their common counterparts, except they have unique traits that give them an edge, or just general annoyance, or sometimes provide useful supplies for the people trying to stay alive. The structure of this video will be a bit different since we are covering 6 different subjects with smaller but still important to note details. We will follow each campaign in chronological order and its detached uncommon infected. Keep in mind, if you have played Left 4 Dead 1 ported campaigns to Left 4 Dead 2 or play a modded campaign, you will most likely see all of these variants at the same time.
Ah, shit.
In some way in each campaign, but throughout Left 4 Dead 2, these specific uncommon infected stay unique to their respective campaigns. In the initial outbreak of the green flu in Savannah, our merry group of survivors found themselves going from the hotel evacuation point to the mall rescue center. Since these are highly concentrated government control points, many CETA, disease control agents, reside in the area. CETA agents are seen adorning a biohazard suit. Despite being in airtight suits, the infection still took them as victims.
Go subscribe to wowsuchgamings. He does awesome videos. Go check out his streams. And go check out my stream, Shinogi1. Capital S and then 1 at the end. No spaces. Okay, let's continue.
Soon that maybe the CETA agent was bitten in the suit, but upon shooting and killing the agent, the suit will start to air out as if it's letting out the contained air like a deflating balloon. So either the infection was breathed in before or after putting on the suit, or the agents were bitten before donning their spaceman attire. This equipment of theirs gives them a complete immunity to fire, whether it's an environmental fire or a fire caused by a gas can or Molotov. Some CETA agents will be running around with a bio bomb attached to their hip, most likely the creators of the now widespread useful grenade, in order to examine and study the infection. CETA agents can also be found in the Sacrifice, No Mercy, and Dead Air. Before we drive out of the mall, there's one infected that may try to stop you from jacking his ride. That's right, Jimmy Gibbs Jr. to himself didn't quite survive the green flu epidemic.
Shit. Check it out, man. That's Jimmy Gibbs Jr.
Dibs on Gibbs.
No,
He can only spawn legitimately in the atrium finale of Dead Center, and even then, only has a 5% chance of spawning, even at that. In my 9 years of playing the game, I have not seen him legitimately spawn even once. Jimmy Gibbs Jr. is also unique and powerful uncommon infected. He has a base 1,000 health, so basically 20 boomers worth. He has a fireproof driver suit, so he can't be lit on fire. He is not distracted by pipe bombs or bio bombs, and when he hits a survivor, will splatter a bunch of black oil on their screen, exactly like the Mudman, which I'll get into later. Despite him having 1,000 health, a well-placed headshot or melee weapon swing can kill him in one go. Also noteworthy, Mr. Coach and Mr. Ellis show a deep love for the man and will be very reluctant to put him down. As the survivors venture out, a lifted bridge stops them in their venture to Nolans. While they make their way around the river, they come in contact with the fallen survivor infected. It's not known why the fallen survivor is native to this area. Most likely it was just a creative choice to include him since it was a scrapped infected model in the idea that the team wanted to reintroduce via the passing DLC. The fallen survivor is a more cleaned up and zombified character.
Oh guys, I will be doing a stream later with my friend CLX Kid. We're just going to be talking, maybe playing some video games, or I'll be playing video games, but we're going to be talking, so go check that out.
Model of the gun store's own Whitaker. This doesn't necessarily mean Whitaker became infected and roamed ahead of a stock car, but it was just easier to reuse a character model that most players never even saw unless they used cheats. The fallen survivor is actually the most self-aware common class infected. He carries with him a litany of supplies ranging from health packs, pipe bombs, molotovs, and I think pills that he will drop upon death. Considering he is so suited up at just his namesake alone, it's assumed he was a fallen survivor who was ready for the apocalypse, but fell to it nonetheless. His sturdy training pre-infection gave his body durability and 1,000 health to boot. But the kicker with this uncommon infected is that he will attack until he is damaged in any way. If he is shot even once, he will actually start to run away from the survivors, showing that prior survivalist nature has caused him to have a sense of self-preservation and not want to die. This can prove to be annoying to survivors trying to acquire his no longer needed supplies. He will, however, much like Jimmy Gibbs, die in just one swing from a melee weapon despite having so much health. Side note, even though the fallen survivor was scrapped from the game at launch, you can still see him in the trailer for Left 4 Dead 2 out of place in the Swamp Fever Plantation finale alongside an out of place turret.
Ow! Ah! Ow!
Oh, dude, you shot him in the dick.
Moving to the Carnival of Darkness, what's one thing you always see at a carnival? Well, let's ask Georgie and his sewer-dwelling friend.
There's peanuts.
No.
Cotton candy.
No.
Hot dog.
No.
And
Popcorn?
popcorn. Is that your favorite?
No, it's that freaking clown. The clown won't appear until the survivors actually show up to the carnival in Chapter 2. He adorns striped pants, suspenders, a clown wig, a big red nose, which, when you melee him, will honk loudly, and big squeaky shoes. When he is running around, the squeaking from the shoes will attract all nearby common infected to him, and they will follow him to his target. Now, if you kill the clown from a distance while the horde is following him, the horde will stop mid-tracks, and they will just wander around aimlessly again, and resume their aimless wandering until you or your team attract their attention. Now, if you shoot the clown that's near you, they'll stop even though they're close, and then resume chasing you. Now, another interesting side note was speculations that Zombieland was supposed to be set in the same universe as Left 4 Dead, but legal issues prevented this from occurring. The clown zombie in Zombieland may have been inspired by the clown uncommon infected in Left 4 Dead 2, or vice versa.
Of course. It had to be a clown.
Getting away by helicopters, the survivors crash land in a swamp. Here they encounter the only uncommon infected that is truly a product of their environment and adapted to its climate versus just wearing clothes and equipment that gave it a convenient edge. The Mudmen are uncommon infected that run around on all fours covered in mud, and when hitting survivors will partially blind them with slung mud, a lot like Jimmy Gibbs Jr.'s oil effect. The reason for all of these attributes is because of, well, the mud. Running through mud on just two legs would would prove to be difficult, so the infected adapted to run through the muck in an easier fashion, and actually they run faster in water versus on land, and actually provides a stealthy fashion of movement. Considering he is in a lower stance, it's harder for survivors to see them approaching in knee-deep water. Being covered in mud and slinging mud also gives him somewhat of a camouflage and blinding effect. If you are unlucky enough to be German or Australian beach and acquire the censored version of the game, the blinding effects of the Mudman would not appear, since the mud effects are on the gore script, and the gore was deleted from all German and Australian copies and digital downloads. Mudman.
Okay, Norway, you did it. You awoke the sleeping EV giant. Okay, give me that. Is that how we're gonna do it? Fine. You're dead. As soon as I get this globe off my arm.
And do make appearances in Death Toll, Blood Harvest, and the non-canon Coldstream. Taking a boat with Virgil, the survivors had to stop and get gas, and along the way had to deal with an entire workforce of worker uncommon infected. They are seen wearing hard hats, reflective vests, and ear muffs. The reason for them being prominent in the Hard Rain campaign is probably due to the nearby sugar mill. They would have been employees either employed by Ducatel Sugar or construction crews working on renovations of the sugar mill right as the infection hit. Since they are wearing these sound-canceling earmuffs, they cannot hear pipe bombs that are thrown by survivors and will ignore the effects of any and all pipe bombs, although they will still appear when a car alarms and other horde summoning events occur. I know, weird that they could still hear that, but not pipe bombs. I guess they just wanted to see where everyone else was off to in such a hurry. The worker infected will also, possibly due to faulty programming, not go after bile bombs if they do not hit infected. If it hits the ground, they will ignore it and go after survivors completely. They will also make appearances in No Mercy, Dead Air, and The Sacrifice, probably because each of these campaigns have large portions where there are buildings under construction. And now for the last and most annoying of the uncommon infected, the riot infected, or as many say, the SWAT or cop zombie found in the parish. Although these specific riot infected actually aren't from a police force or SWAT team, they are actually agents hired by CETA for crowd control who also fell victim to the green flu. Fully wearing riot gear, they can only be damaged by hitting them in the back. Even katanas can't penetrate them from the front. Oh my. Which can get quite annoying if you end up shoving them against a wall. God damn it, die! They can still die by running into fires, chainsaws can break through their armor, and getting blown up by grenades and grenade launchers. They will also sometimes wear police batons on their hip, and they will drop them upon death, much like the CETA agent and its bile bombs and the fallen survivor and his supplies. Earlier, I brought up how the Mudman's mudslinging effects were removed from German versions of the game. Well, the riot infected upon launch was completely absent from the German and Australian versions of the game, as it is unlawful to show images of violence against authority figures. Later down the road, however, Valve found a workaround and removed the word security from the front of their armor. That way, you could at least have them in the game. Upon seeing the riot infected, Coach will show some insight and jealousy, stating that he wants armor as well.
I want armor!
Which, honestly, is a brilliant idea. I don't know why people in The Walking Dead and The Left 4 Dead, a lot of different zombie genres, don't wear body armor because, you know, zombies tend to get bitey. Just like the fallen survivor being out of place in the trailer for Left 4 Dead 2, the riot infected can be seen taking away Ellis's gun right before getting in the elevator of the Dead Center atrium finale, despite riot infected not spawning for another 4 campaigns. Riot infected can also be found in No Mercy, Dead Air, and Coldstream. That about covers the individual traits of each uncommon infected, but there are still a few common traits they all share. Amongst each uncommon infected is a part of them that is reflective. That means that a part of their body can shine bright to make them more distinguishable from common infected at a quick glance, especially if you have your flashlight on. Examples include the CETA agent's reflective biohazard suit, the fallen survivor's somewhat reflective first aid kit if he has it, the clown's reflective makeup on his face, which is the hardest to tell at a glance. The mud on the Mudman's body can be reflected. Worker infected, of course, have their reflective vests, and the riot infected having armbands and the word security on their chest being reflective. Sorry, Germany and Australia, you don't get that one. Well, guys, it's that time again. That about does it for every infected Left 4 Dead has to offer. If you want more info on the common infected, please check out my What Exactly is the Infection in Left 4 Dead video. Link to it is at the end of this video. So we can see that clothing and the environment can change a common to an uncommon. Hopefully, over the course of all these profiles, I've helped you gain insight and even helped you learn how to use the specials more effectively in verses. Thanks for watching up to this point, and if you're new to my channel or my profile series, check out my playlist at the end of this video as well. I'm starting a new job as a travel traffic anchor in Dallas, so I may or may not be making more videos or less videos, only time will tell. But my live streams will definitely still continue, and feel free to join us when we do. I have more planned when it comes to Left 4 Dead content, but I'm not going to announce it quite yet, because if I do, my comment section will be a clusterfuck of people asking, when are you going to release so-and-so? When are you going to do this? When's it coming out? Are you going to do it? I don't want the pressure, and please, please, please be patient with me. I promise the next series is going to be very, very interesting. Just stay tuned on that. If you like what I'm doing, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell by the sub button to guarantee you see my videos as soon as they release. And if you're feeling charitable and want to motivate me to make more videos, you can be a patron and my Patreon, where you can get WoW rewards like have a WoW commander status on my Discord server, get shoutouts like at the beginning of this video, and maybe even get a guarantee of joining us on our live streams. You can also donate on our YouTube live streams. And a great big thank you to BG Bean for allowing me to use her footage throughout the survivor profiles and the special infected profiles, as well as Seedmos, Lone Wolf, HBS, and so many more SFM and Gmod creators out there. Support them. I've got their links in the descriptions and in each video as well. Anyways, sorry about the rambling there, but I'm just finishing up. Until next time, I'm Zackass, aka wowsuchgaming. Thanks for watching, and stay WOW. Wow, baby.
Okay, guys, that was wowsuchgamings. Left 4 Dead 2 Infected Profiles Extras, Uncommon Infected. Go subscribe to wowsuchgaming. He's an amazing YouTuber. I love his videos. And make sure to subscribe, and I will see y'all later. This is Shnogi, aka Junior 1, signing out. Bye!